Well, hello people, and welcome to a video looking at 42 different bases for Build 42, included as part of my Noob's Guide to Project Zomboid, all across the entirety of Notts County at potential new base locations that are now viable, given the huge rework the map has received with this update. We'll go town by town and also include some more quirky bases that you might not have considered before. I am excluding Louisville from this list, as I could probably do Louisville in its own standalone episode, so let me know if you're interested in a follow-up to this one, looking at bases in the capital city. But either way, we'll start with Rosewood, with bases 1, 2, and 3, the houses in the east of the town. With the new update, many of the new residential locations in Rosewood are already fully fenced in with tall fences, either metal or wood. And this location is also super close to a lot of the interesting loot locations on the main street of Rosewood, and about halfway between each of the town's gas stations. The benefit of basing up in a residential home is that you don't have to fit a kitchen or any of the basic day-to-day living facilities. You can just move in, and you're good to go. Many of these homes also come with outdoor storage buildings, perfect for extra loot or workshop rooms. Base 4, the Rosewood Fire Department, a timeless building that needs no introduction and an iconic base location for the game. It has, however, been given a new look of paint with bigger interiors, a new layout, and a larger garage in Build 42. Plus the addition of a pond in the back of the station, meaning you can fish directly from your base. The fire station also comes with tall fences on most of its sides, and plenty of car parking available. Base 5, the Rosewood Police Station. Just across the street from the fire department lies the police station. While not as equipped with general living equipment as the fire station is, this building is fenced on 3 sides with a big parking lot and plenty of storage containers already inside, including the gun room. Another solid choice for a larger base. Base 6, the Gated Community. Another icon of the series given a fresh makeover, completely fenced in with large metal fences and several large houses to choose from. An ideal multiplayer location, giving each player their own house, just a short walk from the main street of Rosewood. And these houses also come fitted with attached garages, which is a big plus. I'm currently on a run here in Build 42, with a 3-month survive character, and it's turned into one of my favourite base locations. Would highly recommend the newly glowed up Gated Community. Base 7, the Rosewood Gun Store. A new building added in Build 42 which includes fitted living quarters upstairs and a ground floor filled with guns and relevant storage units, ideal for converting into your own storage rooms. The building next door to this one also features garages, which you could build a few walls and knock some down to link these two buildings together as part of your base, allowing you to store vehicles and the such like in the double garages here. It's also just off the back of Main Street Rosewood, so an ideal central location in the town. Base 8, the North Rosewood Farms. There are some great perks of basing near gas stations, mainly that you don't have to keep trekking to top up your gas supply for vehicles and generators. This farmhouse, right on the edge of town, sits immediately next to the gas station and a new large tool warehouse, giving you some of your basic grind materials just right next door. This building also comes with a fenced-in garden, so it's easy to divide up into livestock space. FALLAS Lake and the Doe Valley, Base 9. The house first shown in the trailer, which is exactly that. A large house in the west of FALLAS Lake, with tall fencing on 2 sides and a storage shed, and a huge garden that's perfect for converting into livestock and farming land. A quieter location outside of the centre of town. Base 10, the FALLAS Lake Scrapyard. A new location included in the glow-up taking place of the old church. This huge scrapyard would be perfect for a welder profession roleplay. Fully fenced in with only gates needing to be added to completely secure the compound. This place doesn't have any living quarters, but there's a house across the street you can live out of until you've found your own furniture. Base 11, the FALLAS Lake Police Department. Not the first and by no means the last police station on our list. This place will be quite busy with Zeds at first due to its position on Main Street, but once you've made a dent in the population, it's another large building with attached garage and 2 floors of police loot to enjoy. Plus there's also a smaller building next door to this that you could sledgehammer into to include it as part of your base as well. Great position for looting and clearing the rest of FALLAS Lake, and once you finish with that, you're pretty much equidistant from MULDRAUGH, Rosewood and Riverside, once you're ready to move on to a new town. Base 12, the house in the north of FALLAS Lake. Just on the edge of town by the train tracks is a house with multiple floors, a garage and water in its own garden. A really good combo and not far from the gas station either. It's a good out of town base location with plenty of land to put to work around the edge. Plus you'll have a train track running through your garden, which is certainly a unique visual for you to enjoy. Base 13, the McCoy Estate. Another new addition in Build 42 is the McCoy Estate in between Muldraugh and Fallas Lake. The huge log cabin is the only location in the map that comes with the advanced forge used to access the blacksmithing skill. Separate outbuilding, a 3-story log cabin with pre-built chicken and crop spaces, and a fishing pier make this a pretty incredible top base location out in the woods. It is worth noting though with the McCoy Estate that it is only accessible via a dirt road, meaning it will eventually overgrow. So if you plan to stay here long term, you will need to build your own road back to the highway from here. Riverside, Base 14, the auto repair and scrapyard. A good location for a mechanic run roleplay here with a gas station right next door. Endless car parts alongside mechanic and welding grinding on a quiet location just outside of the main town. This base is also easy to expand by linking the other tall fences together on nearby buildings, opening up your base into more of a compound to include multiple buildings. Base 15, the Morris Bait Shop. Just down the road from the auto repair is a small fishing shop with tall fencing around its car park, a small wooden hut which will need fitting with basic living equipment but offers a nice, quaint waterside location and large parking lot, and this base is also just a short walk from the local gas station. Base 16, the Emergency Services Compound. The old police station Riverside used to be a fairly decent base location, but now it's pretty incredible. Made up of an entire fire station, a police station, 2 double garages, water access and tall fences. This is everything you could want from a large base. Definitely another good candidate for a multiplayer location. Lone players might find this area to be a little bit too big, but I'm sure you can find some things to fill it with. Base 17, the new waterfront homes. Part of the map glow up, these new homes sit in a very unique location in Riverside, offering some protection via tall fences, but you'll probably want to eventually build your own, and you can fish straight from your own garden. You could also build bridges across to the other side for easy access into the east of town. Quite an interesting location this one, with plenty of base potential here. Base 18, the Western Farms. On the edge of Riverside between the town and the factory complex is a large farm area that offers country living for a fraction of the threat. 2 homes with pre-built animal and crop spaces make this a rural dream, especially if you want to begin living off the land and livestock and relying less on dangerous food loot runs. One of my longest survived characters of Build 41 actually based up here, but died to a tree branch to the neck. Rest in peace, Christina Verstappen. Base 19, the Riverside Lighthouse. There aren't too many more buildings more unique than this one. This base needs a lot of conversion and you can't sleep here straight away, but it's close in proximity to town and has water nearby with a small parking lot for your cars. Not the most top tier, but you're basing here for the building itself over anything else. Unfortunately, you can't climb to the top of the lighthouse without the functional ladders mod, but functional ladders have been confirmed by devs as an incoming feature eventually. Base 20, the Riverside Gated Community. Just like the one in Rosewood, but much bigger and more populated, but offers that same secure gated living and residential amenities like fitted kitchens, beds and a lot of basements. There's tons of houses to choose from, with the function room in the far east also having its own lake from which you can fish. Brandenburg, Base 21, the tool store. This base in the north of Brandenburg is amazing and one of my personal favourites. It comes with a completely fenced in yard and separate outbuilding with a small space upstairs for your bed. Given this place is also a tool shop, you'll find plenty of decent loot here, and storage all ready to go for your own finds. I really like this one, perfect size for a lone player in a brand new part of Build 42, and another base I've spent a lot of time in runs on the unstable branch. Base 22, the PS Delilah. Up there with the lighthouse for the most unique buildings, the boat in Brandenburg offers waterside living, but with a bit of renovation required to live here. You'll need to bring a bedroom with you. This base also has one way in and out, which can be a double-edged sword, so if you do stay here, just be careful what you drag back to your front door. Base 23, the Cat on a Hot Tin Grill. On the south side of Brandenburg, close to a self-storage unit, lies a fenced-in bar with its own lake and fishing pier out the back. Another excellent out-of-town base. It does have a kitchen and there's a small house out the back where you can live out of, with plenty of space to park your cars. Its proximity to the self-storage unit also is a big plus, given you're likely to find some pretty good loot there. Base 24, the Brentford Quill Manor. This place is absolutely huge, and is probably too much space for one player, but it does come with its own bar, a huge library, a mega kitchen, and all of the outdoor space you'd ever need for living off the land. This one's a bit of an outlier, but if you fancy living it up in old luxury, you can do it here. It is quite far from town, so you'll need to keep your cars in good condition, if you want to live this far from the city. EKRON and Echo Creek, base 25. The train cars and stairs. Now this base is more of an idea than an actual base, requiring significant amounts of renovation and definitely a sledgehammer. But you could live out of the train cars here, building your own structures around it, with the use of the staircase that crosses over the tracks as part of your base. The tracks also have large impenetrable fences alongside them, so if you want a challenge of a base conversion, the EKRON Railroad might be for you. Base 26, the EKRON Fire Department. Another emergency services base, but they do just work. A huge double garage with 2 floors, living quarters already fitted, high fenced on 3 sides and upstairs living, ready to move into straight away in the heart of EKRON. This place, however, will be busy, so be prepared for a fight to take it. Base 27, the welding factory. Located close to our previous bases, this building has tall fences by the tracks, a really cool interior, and offers welding grinds from the get-go. Lots of parking space around the base and easy access into the rest of town make it quite a strong contender. It also comes with its own scrap metal yard fenced in for extra outdoor space, with garage access into the building. A good spot for the welder profession roleplay. Base 28, the Echo Creek gas station. This place is the smallest of the towns on the map and there isn't too much here beyond the gas station itself. There's a mechanic shop across the bridge, and it also has a double garage and furnished living quarters. Don't expect to get a lot out of Echo Creek though. Once you've looted the initial houses here, you'll need to start looking further afield to survive. Base 29, the Country Vets compound. If you want to go hard on livestock, this place south of Echo Creek is perfect for it. Tons of already pre-built livestock space, 3 buildings and high fencing make this a great rural base location for an animal-focused run, with lots of country to hunt and trap in around the base. As with nearby towns of Echo Creek, this place is rural and quite isolated, so be ready for long drives on your loot runs if you do stay here. Irvington, base 30, the self-storage unit. Basing up in a self-storage unit can be really cool, but you'll want a sledgehammer to get the most out of it, so you can knock each unit through into the next. This is also next door to the Irvington police station, giving you a garage and building should you want to expand your compound. Plus it's fenced in, so mostly secure. The gas station is across the street, but this part of town isn't particularly quiet. Be prepared for a fight to take this. Base 31, the metal tool shop. On the south side of town down Main Street is a workshop and a trailer with a short fence around it, double garages and a sensibly sized compound to convert. It also comes stocked with metalworking tools and storage, so it's easy to start grinds here. Also a great location with a gas station just next door to it. MULDRAUGH, Base 32, the police department. This place is amazing, and I had one of my best runs in Build 42 Unstable here. It's a large 2-floor police station with a mortuary in the basement, completely fenced in compound make this an extremely good long-term base candidate, especially given its position in town. This place will be very busy though when you get here, so be prepared to take it. It is absolutely worth it though. I had another several months survived in the Unstable branch here, and I really enjoyed building in it. Base 33, the Rusty Rifle. Another iconic base location with a new look of paint. This bar and hotel compound is fenced in, comes with outdoor grass space for crops and animals, and is also next door to a scrapyard, perfect for starting your welding grind. The interior of the bar is also made of wood, so you can remodel without the need of a sledgehammer, and there's also 2 outbuildings to make use of. Really good base this one. Base 34, the house by the hotel. Another personal favourite of mine, this small farmhouse comes with pre-built crop and animal spaces, a small fence and house, next door to a food market and a short walk from Main Street. It's an underrated location for me that doesn't have too many thrills, but does the basics very well. There's also another scrapyard behind this house, making it for great welding XP, and I've always found it fairly easy to clear out as well. Base 35, the farms north of town. Another iconic base location and a safe refuge for the CDDA players back in the day. A short jog through the forest and you'll find 2 barns, a garage, a 2-story farmhouse, and animals already here. It's a little bit of a drive into town, but nothing too bad, giving you country living near a big town with a relatively safe location. Base 36, Courtman Medical. Another lick of paint for the med clinic this time, but it comes with a fully furnished fancy doctor's house and separate outbuilding for all of your storage needs. Fencing on 3 sides with a small parking lot. This place does tend to be a little bit busier than other areas of MULDRAUGH, so be prepared for a fight here, and you'll probably want to build another high fence across the front wall. The gated community across the street here is also an excellent shout to live out of. West Point, Base 37, the corner market, a great central location in town with ample loot within walking distance, food below and fully furnished apartments above, all ready to live in. If you have a sledgehammer, you can also start knocking your way into the buildings next door to further expand your footprint. As this is a central location though, you're not going to live here peacefully until you've cleared out the local blocks. Base 38, Twiggy's Bar and Stendo's Emporium. Another Zomboid base icon, Twiggy's Bar has received a fresh makeover and now offers great fenced-in living with a massive gun shop next door, named after a community modder who unfortunately lost his life far too soon. As with most West Point bases, this is going to be busy, so prepare accordingly. Base 39, the West Point train car. On the way into town from the east is a single train car, which doesn't seem like much at first, but I've seen some insane builds from other players here, such as this conversion by apocalypseman, which you can find on YouTube linked down below. It can often be really fun to take the most unassuming buildings and try to live out of them, with this train car certainly meeting that criteria. Base 40, the Valley Station warehouse. This is just a regular old warehouse building filled with tool and material loot, but offers a base just outside of the Louisville checkpoint for you to start assaulting the main city from. There's water nearby and a gas station just down the road. You need to bring your own bed and kitchen, but there's nearby trailers you can sleep in until you're ready to call the warehouse home. I also really enjoy sifting through and organising all the loot in these warehouses. Gives you a really strong start to the early game with so many materials so soon. I found this place to be very busy and sometimes very quiet, so it all depends on the look of your map seed. And we had a full conversion over of this on one of our wonderful patrons server, Bad Wolf, who stopped by to say hello for this video. A really great multiplayer based location, giving you plenty of room for all the internal workstations that you might end up building here. And don't forget to donate to the King Gnome Dave. Base 41, the West Point Fire Station. New to Build 42, nearby to the previous mentioned train car, another emergency services building with triple garage and multiple floors of living. A little isolated from the main town, but honestly that isn't a bad thing, and it has great road access either into Louisville or back to Muldraugh and beyond, not to mention the fireman loot that will be here. And finally, Base 42, the West Point Fishing Store. Located just behind the Stendo's Emporium, this fishing store comes with 2 floors, a small fence around the edge with plenty of fishing equipment as you would imagine. There's also an outdoor garage which is perfect to convert into a workshop, and lying on the edge of town, a very short walk from the water's edge. This would be a great spot for an angular roleplay. There's also plenty of land around it to put to work as well. That'll do it for 42 bases for Build 42. Let me know if I missed your favourite location, and please make the comment section of this video a big list of base suggestions for the players to find beyond the ones suggested in this video. As I mentioned, I didn't include Louisville locations in this guide, as I could probably do another 30 odd locations just inside Louisville alone. So let me know if you want to see that. Otherwise, if you're interested in more Project Zomboid content, check out my Noob's Guide to Build 42. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.